Welcome back to the Fire Emblem Gauntlet, where we take beloved Fire Emblem characters and put them up against every class in the game one by one until they perish. In this episode, our champion is the green-haired beauty Lyn. Lots of people requested for Lyn to run the Gauntlet, and some of those people are on the screen now, so make sure to comment your suggestions below for characters you want to see run the Gauntlet next. Everything is set up as normal. If you're unfamiliar with the setup, feel free to go through the playlist for this series in the description, but we're going to get straight into things and see how many of the 16 classes Lyn can beat before she dies. And feel free to leave your prediction for how many classes she'll be in a comment as well. As always, we'll start with her iron weapon run, and I don't have high hopes for this, but let's take a look at her stats. At level 20, Lyn has 29 HP, 12 strength, 18 skill, 20 speed, 15 luck, 6 defense, and 6 res. This is a pretty mixed bag. Obviously the skill's pretty nice and the speed is amazing. I think this is the first capped speed unit that we've seen. 15 luck is also very good, but 6 defense is really going to hold her back, unfortunately. The 29 HP is also not brilliant. 6 res is okay, I guess, but yeah, the defense and maybe the HP are really going to be holding her back. Anyway, we will see. Okay, I mean, this is one of the few units that have actually faced damage against the Thief to begin with. I think most of them have got high enough defense that they don't actually face any damage, so I feel like that's going to be pretty indicative of how the run's going to go. So yeah, we'll see. This is the first lance user that she's going to face here, and that is a lot of damage. She has got decent evasion, so 20 speed plus 15 luck. What's that? Is that 55 avoid on top of everything else? I think I can do maths correct. 55 avoid. I'm smart. Well, we're just gonna have to send it and hope for the best, aren't we? Okay, that was a good start. I do love Lyn's animations since we're, in the early stages of double dodge. Very nice. Since we're in the early stages of the Gauntlet where the enemies shouldn't be proving too much difficulty, we'll just talk a bit about Lyn in general. Obviously, she's doing well so far with her dodging, but in general, she is very squishy and she does rely on dodging to be able to really do anything in the main game. She hasn't taken a hit apart from the Thief. This is going very, very well. In terms of the main utility for Lyn, it is going to be the Manikati. So that is something that we will be doing after the Iron Sword run. We will give it a go with her PRF weapon, and we'll see just how well she does with that. 17 attack, 18 with triangle again, so she takes 12. She's dead in 2 hits. I think the smart thing is to just use my vulneraries a little bit less sparingly and just make sure that I don't get an early death, because right here she potentially would get smacked. Yeah, she wouldn't have been able to kill without facing counter. So we've taken that. I think we're going to have to heal again. Monk shouldn't be too much of an issue. I don't think we'll... Yeah, 5 damage. And I don't know, this is a big thing for Lyn. She's not one-rounding anybody. We've put a lot of units in like Ross and Hector that have had enough offense to one round quite a few of the units, and Lyn just doesn't have that in her wheelhouse unless we are talking about Manikati utility. There's just no way that she's one rounding most of these enemies, well, any of these enemies actually. Yeah, no, I don't think there's a single enemy that she's going to be able to one round. I think we're going to have to double use the vulnerary again here because she's going to take a few hits against the Nomad. Hopefully not for much damage, and hopefully she'll dodge some. Come on. Okay. As long as Lyn can kind of put in the work with the dodges, then this should be an okay run. If she gets unlucky, then it could be a very short run. It could just end very, very prematurely. It's not even that she's not one rounding, it's the fact that she's 3 rounding. She's really having to take her time, and then she's eating through her vulneraries quite fast. So we have, though, gotten onto the good stretch. So she's only got 1 more vulnerary in the tank, but she is now going up against the 3 axe units, which should, in theory, miss her every time. 21 hit, actual hit, that's like a 15 or something. So hopefully she will dodge every single axe here, get 3 wins under her belt. Oh, crit! Oh, very nice. I was only expecting to see that in the Manikati run, but she's got 18 skills, so I guess, yeah, she has got a little bit of crit on each of these enemies. Yeah, hopefully she won't take a single hit here, get 3 points under her belt, and then be able to, I think Myrmidon she should win, but after that I think her days are numbered. That's 2 of the 3 axe units down. Hopefully this will be a clean sweep on number 3. Yep, perfect. She didn't take a single hit against any of those axe units, which is really what we want. Oh, another crit. Very nice, just for style points. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be a steel sword. Yeah, I haven't done this in a few weeks and I've forgotten the setup. So I nearly forgot to change her stats. I nearly left them as Ross's stats. Okay, she's managed to beat the Myrmidon, which is very nice. I think that might be it. That's still, yeah, no, we're done. I couldn't remember what came next. And Cavalier, unfortunately, is going to be the end of Lynn, especially considering he can equip a lance here. And unless she, like, crits upon crit, yeah, no. I mean, 62, she could get some dodges here in theory, but I think this is the end of our Lynn run, and there we go. Not bad with an iron sword. That was 10 wins. 10 is really not bad. I thought she might get potentially lower than that, so 10's pretty decent. So that was 10 points for her first run, but no one really cares about that. We're here for the Manikati. 8 might is 3 higher than an iron sword. 20 crit is also very good. She might be able to end some matches a little bit prematurely. She 1 rounds the thief, which is slightly nice. And the main thing, obviously, is the effective damage. What is really important here is that, ooh, didn't take any damage and crit. Very nice. Well, she's already doing better than she did in the first run, which is nice. Even without going up against anyone that she has effective damage against, she's already... And another crit. This is very strong. The 20 crit here is actually very... And another one. This is very, very nice. She has managed to kill a lot of units so much quicker than she did with an iron sword, purely because of the crit mainly. The extra might does help, but the crit is doing the majority of the work here, which is really nice to see. And now we are actually, let me heal first. The next unit is going to be the first one she does do effective damage against. So this should make quite a big difference. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. So on FE8, we have 3 times effectiveness. On FE7, it's only 2 times. So the Manikati is going to be a whole lot better than it is in the base game, which is really, really cool to see. And she should do some pretty serious damage against a couple of the enemies if she can get far enough. And another crit if she's got a performance like this. Double crit! Oh, I'm having a wonderful time right now. This has definitely been my most enjoyable run so far. Just seeing this many crits is it's so satisfying. I love Lynn's base animations. I'm not a big fan of her promoted ones, but the base animations are brilliant, and getting to see her crits so often, it's just really quite satisfying. And we have now gotten to the same point as we got last time. Throw away the steel axe. We've gotten to the same point as last time with way more healing in the bank. So hopefully, I think I am going to double heal here. No, I don't need to. She will 1 round here. So we're going to see that triple effectiveness in action here, and she's going to completely 1 round the Cav. Completely different story to the first time around. And now if we vulnerate back up again, we'll go to exactly full health, and the Armor Knight should also be pretty easy to beat as well. This is going so much better than the first run, and another crit. These crits, I think she's gotten like 8 or 9 already this run, which is amazing, plus the couple she got in the last run. So we're in double digits for crits, which I can't imagine happening with any other unit. Yet we can send this. Hopefully she'll get a crit here and she'll take 1 fewer. No, okay. She's going to take a fair bit of damage here, but we do have the vulneraries to get her back up to full 1 more time. Just a style points crit there, no actual reason for it. Okay, we can get her back up to 22. Okay. Yeah, no, she's got the win here. I was just trying to do the maths in my head. She has gotten the win. That 6 res is just enough for her to not get too hit by him. So, and there's a good dodge as well. But even if it had hit her, she still would have gotten the win there. And now that's another win. The Shaman should have even worse hit rates against her. I'm very surprised that the Mage only had 54. But here, 41. Come on, Lynn, you can do it. Nice. Now we actually have a fairly good chance. Oh, we don't 1 round. Okay, it's far from a done deal, but we might manage it. Come on, Lynn. Dodge. Please dodge. Nice. Okay, no crit. I was really hoping for a crit on one of those 2, but she might dodge this one as well. Come on. Yes. Okay. This is going very, very well. I do think, though, that our luck is about to run out, because we're out of healing, and the next enemy, and the final enemy, is the Wyvern. And he's going to murk us. Yep, there we go. I didn't think that was going to be a win, but she still, even if he had missed, she only did 3 damage at a time, so that was never going to happen in a million years. That was a really good performance. I really wasn't expecting her to do that well with the Manikati. It's surprising how much the triple effectiveness really just trivializes some of the enemies, and her avoid is genuinely pretty good. It was fairly reliable as a strategy to just be dodging roughly half the hits, and she managed to do much better than I really thought she would. So her main run score of 10 will put her joint with Roy and Lilina, and then her 15 is also on par with Roy. I guess that is then technically joint third place because they got exactly the same in the base and the PRF runs. So Lin made it into the top 3 technically, which go Lin, well done, very impressed. It's nice to see Lin at level 20 performing well and getting loads of crits, getting to use the Manikati, just not using it frugally, worrying about it as a limited resource. She can just smack with it, and the triple effectiveness does help as well, just made it even more satisfying when she was going up against those effective enemies. In the base game, she's at a pretty low level. She only does 2 times effectiveness. Most of the enemies have got like really high defense or weapon triangle. She just really doesn't have that much opportunity to shine unless you go out of your way to play Lin mode and like really train her. Generally, she is going to be fairly lackluster in the main game, so it was very satisfying to see her actually doing well. So that's a wrap on Lin's Gauntlet run. If you haven't already commented who you want to see next, then do that. Even if you've already done it on a previous video, I always see how many times a character has been suggested in the comments when I choose who to do next time. If you haven't already joined our Discord server, then feel free to click the link in the description. It's been really fun building the community up over there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.